Hi third grade, it's Mrs. Parsons. I am back with our last few steps for our shaded tree here. We are actually going to be working on the spots below the tree. We're going to be doing more shading, so if you don't have the top part filled in between the branches, make sure you have that done first, because we're going to be doing more of it down here. By the time we're done with this, you're going to be a pro at shading. So grab some crayons, a pencil, and also your started tree project so that we can work on getting this done this week. So third grade, you can see here at the bottom, I drew these lines to make different sections in the spaces below our big tree branches. Before we start to do any shading, we need to make those spots. Now they're not straight lines, but they're not very curvy lines either. It's just kind of like one slight curve and then off the edge of the paper. So on your paper, you're gonna wanna take a pencil just to make these spots. We're not gonna go over them with Sharpie. Just start at the tree and make a curve and out. Then for the next line, start at the curve and come down and back. Start at the tree, back out, start at the edge of the paper and come back in. So that there's a broader area or a fatter area and then a thinner area at the other side. And they kind of alternate. It goes broad or fat, thin, and the same thing on the other side. Then we're going to do it on the opposite side of the tree, the exact same way. Start at the tree, one curve out, start at the edge of the paper, a curve back in, start at the tree, curve out, edge of the paper, curve in, and then another one at the tree and back out. Now that we have that done, and you can see I did them pretty lightly, now we can go back and add our shading, which I'm going to be doing in the warm colors, because remember we said if you do the area in the branches with the cool colors, you're going to want to do this with the warm colors. So go in your box of crayons and grab the warm colors that you want to use. Just like last time, or I'm sorry, if you did the warm colors at the top of the tree, you're going to want to get cool colors for this part. Just like we did last time, you want to make sure that you have a darker color, a medium color, and then a lighter color. And you want to have two sets like that. So in this set, I have more of the pinks and the reds. In this set, I have more of the oranges and the yellows. And whoops, they're out of order. So grab those sets because we're actually going to be alternating them in these sections. There's a lot of alternating going on below the tree branches. What we're going to do is start with our first set, and we're going to start at the edge of the tree with the dark color. So I'm pressing hard to get some of that dark color in there, this red purple. Get some of that in there. Push that out towards the middle. And remember, I'm not taking this all the way to the middle. I'm just making a section of it. And it's darker here at the tree, and then as it goes away from the tree, it's getting lighter. At the edge of the paper, I'm taking my pink or my lightest color in my set of 3, pressing pretty hard to make it dark at the edge, only going to that line for the section. And again, it's darker, and then as it goes, away from the edge of the paper, it's getting a little bit lighter. Then I'm going to take my middle color and just lightly color that center section in. Now it's not looking too much like stripes of color right now, but I still want to go back in and work the colors together more to make it look even less like stripes. Take that dark color, draw some lines into the middle over the medium color. Take my pink, same thing on this side. And that section's done. Now I'm going to take my other set of 3. For the first set, I had the dark color against the tree. For this one, I want to put the dark color against the edge of the paper. Remember how you said we're going to be doing a lot of alternating? You're going to alternate which side has the dark, which side has the light. Not like we did at the top where you had the dark at the same spot each time. We're going to be alternating. So I'm going to take my light color against the tree this time. Press pretty hard to push that out, that it gets lighter as it goes towards the middle. Take my dark color at the edge of the paper, pressing pretty hard, but making sure that I stay inside that section I made with the pencil. And you can see why we didn't want to press hard with the pencil, because that way these lines just kind of disappear in the crayon. Pull that color in towards the middle, but not all the way in the middle. Take my medium color, lightly color that middle section in. And letting the colors overlap a little bit, but still staying inside the section. And again, the stripes aren't too obvious, but we want to make them blend a little bit better. So take that yellow, push some of it into the medium color. Take my dark red orange, pull some of that in the middle, and I have my blending. Then I'll go back to my first set, put the dark color here, light color here. And I'm going to keep going back and forth that way and then do the same thing on this side as well. So third grade, as you can see, I alternated each set of colors that I used for the sections here, but I also alternated where I put the dark color. If it was closer to the tree and then the next one was at the edge of the paper, and then closer to the tree and at the edge of the paper. Lots of alternating going on below the tree branches here. But you can see when you look at it from a distance, it doesn't look like stripes. One color just seems to blend right into the other and right into the third color. You can't see a clear line of where one stops and the next one starts. And that's what we're shooting for. If you can see lines, you want to go back in with your crayons and try and get rid of those lines, blend them in. It should fit together almost like a puzzle, just like this, where they just fit together perfectly and you can't tell where one stops and the next one starts. I hope you had fun with this. Next week we will start something new. Have a great time with your tree. Don't worry too much if you see some stripes. Just try and get rid of as much of them as you can. I'll see you soon. Bye, third grade.